I just wanted to make a little commentary here about my life. My poor boyfriend was sick today, and that sort of reminded me, by seeing what his life was like, it sort of reminded me my life is sort of like that every day. And it's probably a good way to think of it. I basically feel like I'm sick with sort of like maybe the later day of a cold, pretty much every day. And a lot of the body things are similar, between, chronic Lyme disease and being sick, like having cytokines and random immune things happening, and pain. I take a whole lot of painkillers. I used to take way too much Advil, and then I learned that non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs might not be as safe as we think. So I switched to taking boswellia and a couple anti-inflammatory herbs, and basically every herbal painkiller there is, and white willow and stuff. So, I mean, I guess it's odd to take this many things, but a lot of them come in combinations with each other. So I guess apparently people take these safely, and herbs are usually going to be safer than the purified compounds. So yeah, pain, having a weird sleep schedule, just not being able to fall asleep because you're uncomfortable, um, having to move around a lot at bedtime, fever, chills, nausea, um, and just feeling too tired to do stuff. A lot of times I really just don't want to leave the house, and I barely am able to get myself out of the house twice a week to go down for my Brazilian shots, my intramuscular injections. And I'm glad that I can do that. And, I can go out with other people if someone's there to sort of give me moral support and um, keep me company. So I make it out on the weekends with my boyfriend, or if friends visit me, I go out with them. But I just spend a lot of time at home. And lately, I feel like just taking care of my business in the way of cooking and maybe grocery shopping and maybe cleaning the house and doing laundry and all that. It takes me pretty much the entire day. So I wake up, do a little bit of chores in the way of anything I need to settle with my doctor, or treatment plan stuff, or prescriptions, or appointments. And there's a whole lot of that going on because I have, multiple appointments per week for getting shots, and for Lyme appointments sometimes, and everything like that. So there's a lot of that to do, and then I work out if I can for 15 minutes or so, and I shower, and then I do some chores like the laundry or cleaning up something or other, and then I rest, and then I cook and clean and rest some more. But it's just sort of my day, sort of what happens, and right now that's sort of taking up the whole day, and I'm not really doing much else. Um, what else? Um, I guess, when you're sort of in a survival loop like this, you don't realize what you're missing, and so it sort of doesn't occur to you, oh, I really miss going out partying to the clubs, because it's just sort of not part of your universe. So, um, and also it's funny because when you're really tired, you don't really miss stuff that takes energy because you're kind of like, well, that doesn't sound fun. That sounds tiring. So, I mean, I guess I enjoyed maybe 2 weeks ago. I was doing a lot of reading and thinking about what I was reading and all that. That was fun, but just kind of too tired for that now. And in some sense, I miss it, but in another sense, I'm just like, the. There's a certain mode that you'll get in when symptoms get bad enough, when you're just really trying to make it from minute to minute. You're like, all right, what am I going to do right now so that everything will be okay? And then sort of just analyzing on a very temporary basis what to do. But overall, luckily for me, it hasn't really affected my life that terribly. It's not like I was, you know, in med school and had to drop out or something, or you know, I got sick like right before I graduated from college, so it was sort of, I managed to finish my last class while I was sick, which was really, it was kind of challenging. And then my mental function just went way downhill after that, like the longer I was sick. So for about a year, I couldn't really focus to read books. I mean, a little bit less than a year, 9 months or so. But now that I'm on the bacillin shots, I can read again. So that's sort of like the most productive thing I'm able to do, the most sort of interesting and productive thing I can do. I can cook. I'm doing a lot of cooking, and I'm getting really good at cooking interesting meats because with my antibiotics, I can't really eat much carbs. And what else? I'm in pain pretty much all the time. Um, I like being distracted a lot. I really love watching movies. I love reading books when I can. I love, you know, just doing stuff with other people to get my mind off of things because when I do that sort of thing, I just forget my regular life and, you know, say that like I stop a movie to go do something, and then I like my regular life comes back to me, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to think about it. Like, turn the movie back on fast, you know. And it's just when I wake up in the morning, I'm usually like really kind of sad to be reminded, and like wake up and I'm like, oh, that's right. Like I have to deal with this problem and this problem and this problem. Ah, yes. How sad. You know, because I guess you get a really good read on how you like something when you're coming back to it after not having been there for a while. Like if you're coming back to your home city, or when I would come back to Stanford after not having been there for a break. And when I come back to like being awake in my house, I'm like, because I usually have stomach problems in the morning from my antibiotics giving me bad digestion. So I think this thing is long enough. This one's long enough for now.